Xbox was at the top of the world when it came to marketing their next-gen system during the first 5 months of 2020. Their ability to show off the system at the Video Game Awards got people very excited for what they were looking forward to with Xbox because they finally felt like they were making the turn. But if you fast forward 2 live streams later, a lot of people have changed their perception on Xbox when it comes to what their offerings for the next generation system is going to be. And then if you couple that with one of the delays of one of the biggest games that Xbox had coming out next generation in Halo Infinite, you'll start to paint a picture of why a lot of people feel like there's no reason to purchase an Xbox Series X day one when it releases this holiday in November. So in this video, we're going to talk about the 5 best reasons why you should still purchase the Xbox Series X day one. Let's talk about it. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Forte, and thank you for checking out this video. Please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button. Make sure you head over to Twitter, follow me over there. It's the best place to interact with me as a gamer, and we can talk about the games we don't talk about in this video. So let's get into the very first part of this top 5, and I don't believe you can really start any top 5 on any system without talking about the power. The power is what's going to separate this system from other systems. It's the one thing that a lot of people look forward to, and it's one of the biggest conversation pieces we have in this community outside of the games that are exclusive to the systems that they come out on. So number 5 is going to be about the power and the performance that this system is going to have. The one thing that a lot of gamers are going to be super excited about is the fact that we're getting away from these old, ancient, decrepit Jaguar CPUs. A lot of people truly don't want to be dealing with these CPUs anymore because they are definitely holding back some of the development that we are having in newer games. We definitely don't want to have anything to do with them no more. And we're being upgraded to AMD 8-core, 3.8 gigahertz AMD Zen 2 processors. This is going to be something that is truly going to be the biggest deal maker when it comes to the next generation. We're going to get better quality games, better performance in our games just because of the CPU itself. It's seeing the biggest and more massive game when it comes to these next generation systems. And if we couple that with the 12 teraflop 52 CUs running at an astonishing 1.825 gigahertz under a custom RDNA 2, this is going to be a tool that's going to allow developers to push the graphical fidelity even further than what we had in the previous generations. The fact that we'll be able to play at higher than medium settings when it comes to the assets that are on the screen, along with tackling things like 1440p and higher with a greater sense of depth and scope with the way that it's going to be able to render throughout the world, is something that a lot of people never had the ability to do before. And I think they're going to see a huge difference, and they're going to have the opportunity to see what PC gamers have been seeing for the last 10 to 20 years. And I think one of the biggest changes that's going to come to the next generation is the fact that every system's going to have a SSD integrated inside of it, and not just any SSD. We're going to have NVMe SSDs. These type of SSDs have the fastest transfer rates of any SSD on the market. It's also going to give you the ability to move from app to app as seamlessly as possible, and I think this is going to be something that a lot of gamers are going to really truly appreciate the longer they have the system in their homes. Now, I know everybody's very excited for the performance of this next generation system, but let's move over to number 4, which I think people are going to be excited for, and that is ray tracing. Ray tracing is something that we have had for the last couple of years. It was introduced in the RTX line of NVIDIA graphics card that released back in 2018, I believe. If you don't know what ray tracing is, it basically is a rendering technique that allows you to trace the path of lights with pixels. It gives you the ability to reflect items that it encounters in virtual spaces. The technique is capable of producing high degrees of visual realism, but it does have the ability to greatly impact your compute power at a significant cost. And that is one of the biggest problems that a lot of people have with ray tracing on the PC scene right now. It definitely does impact your performance a lot, but if you do have the power to be able to harness that ability, it does look freaking phenomenal. And especially on the Xbox Series X, where you're going to get ray tracing built directly into the system. You're getting hardware accelerated ray tracing, machine learning that's going to help boost performance from 3 to 10%. That is going to be something that is going to be very noticeable in these next generation systems, especially since they never had ray tracing before. So I think this is going to be a huge gift for the people that have really good TV sets that can show off ray tracing in HDR settings. It's going to be pretty phenomenal for people with OLED. Super jealous of those people. But moving on to number 3, which we're going to discuss Game Pass, because you can't have a top 5 Xbox list without without having Game Pass being a part of it. Game Pass is one of the best subscription services you can have on any console. With the fact that they have over 10 million people that are subscribed to the service already, it lets you know that Microsoft is really taking serious the ability to get as many people into that ecosystem as possible. They have 2 tiers of Game Pass, which is regular Game Pass and Game Pass Ultimate. Regular Game Pass gets you access to all of the Xbox games that they have in that service, including their first party on any Xbox system, including mobile phone. But if you step up that membership for $5 more a month, you also get access to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which gives you Xbox Live. It also gives you Xbox Game Pass on PC. It also gives you access to their streaming service XCloud, which will be launching in September on the 15th, which will give you access to playing all of these games on any of your mobile devices. As of right now, no Apple because of the situation going on with Apple and Microsoft, and Apple's just fighting with everybody right now. But as of right now, you won't be able to play it on any iOS device, but you will be on any Android device, tablet, laptop, pretty much anywhere where you can stream. You'll be able to play XCloud, which will also be included in your Game Pass Ultimate membership. One of the best selling points for Xbox Game Pass is the fact that all of their first party titles are going into that service day one. We did have Halo Infinite going in there day one with the release of the Xbox Series X, but that has been delayed recently until sometime in 2021, so we don't know exactly when we're going to see that game. But we already had a few games that hit Xbox Game Pass, like Ori and the Will of the Wisp, and that was one of the most acclaimed games that released this year. We also just had the release of Flight Simulator, so if you're a person that's playing on PC, you have access to Microsoft Flight Simulator right now in Xbox Game Pass under the beta app, and you can download that game right now. So moving on to number 2, I believe that friends are one of the most important reasons on why you should purchase your next generation system. The reason you want to do that is because friends make everything fun. If you have an assortment of friends on one particular platform, that's the platform you should go with. So this really doesn't just speak to why you should buy an Xbox Series X, but this speaks to why I'm getting an Xbox Series X. And really this top 5 is why I believe you should get an Xbox Series X, especially if you're a person like me that has a bunch of friends on Xbox and you enjoy playing those games with those friends. If most of your friends are on PlayStation, then this will be another reason why you want to buy a PlayStation over an Xbox Series X. I just feel like if you don't have the friends to enjoy the games you're playing with and they're across other platforms, go with the one that has the most friends on it. Unless you just truly don't really care about playing with them as much, maybe you're a lone wolf and you play a lot of games by yourself and you just like to talk to your friends while you're playing, where you can do that anywhere. But if you truly enjoy playing games with those people, until we get massive cross-play across basically all the games, this will always still be a barometer for you to have to check off, because nobody wants to go and play a game like PUBG by themselves, especially if they like the whole team atmosphere type game. I see a lot of people playing Warzone on PC because they just enjoy the game over there, and if you can do that, that's fine. But there's a lot of people out there that just really want to buy a system, hook it up to their TV through HDMI, plug it into their wall, connect their internet to it. Man, it sounds like I'm talking about a PC at this point, but they are pretty much the same at this moment. But I do understand that people just want to buy consoles because the simplicity of just hooking it up and using it. And guess what? You would also like to have the friends there with you to enjoy it. Shout out to Sir Taz, shout out to Ash and Luca, shout out to my fire team in Destiny. They're the reasons I'm buying this Xbox, and they're the reasons that I'm going to enjoy this Xbox more than anything, because they bring a level of humor that I really appreciate in life, because there's a lot of toxicity out there, and especially when you're playing your games, it's just really cool to sit back and just play something, enjoy the ride with the people that you enjoy with the most, and just play games. And that's what I'm all about. So that's why I'm buying an Xbox Series X, because that's where they're going to be at. And last but not least, let's talk about the number one reason you should be purchasing an Xbox Series X, and that is because Microsoft and Xbox in general has shown you that they are committed to bringing you a first-party experience that you have been missing this entire generation. The fact that they went out and purchased all of these studios to make all these games for this platforms let you know that they are actually for real about bringing you the content that you haven't got this entire generation. Now, a lot of people are going to probably fight back on that and says, well, we haven't seen anything yet. But I tend to just truly believe that there's going to be a game for somebody, everybody's not going to love every game that they release under this platform. A lot of people are going to be very excited to see what Fable looks like. A lot of people are going to want to know what the initiative is doing. A lot of people are going to be super excited for when Hellblade 2 comes out. Halo Infinite, when it finally does get released, will garner a lot of attention. A lot of people want to know how they're going to build that game out over the course of a plan of 10 years. I think there's a lot of exciting things to talk about when it comes to Xbox's first party. We just got to get there, unfortunately. Microsoft took a long time in the eyes of a lot of gamers, and a lot of gamers probably are never going to come back because they feel like they've been burned over the course of the last few generations when it came to the offerings that Xbox has brought out to them. But this is going to be a new beginning for Microsoft. They have to prove to people that they are willing to do the things they need to do to get compelling content inside of this ecosystem for people to be excited for the next thing that's going to be played on their Xbox Series X or just Xbox in general. Because guess what? Xbox doesn't care where you play your games. They just put the system out there as a entry point for people that want to play in their ecosystem. And there will be an Xbox Series S, which will be a lot more cheaper to actually bring into the ecosystem for you to get into. But I just truly believe that most of the hardcore people that are going to be buying these systems at least day one are the people that love fidelity, love performance, and love Xbox. And if you love all of those things, I'm not telling you to go out and buy a $500 system or $600 system just because you love it. Go and buy it because you have a reason to buy it. If you want to have ray tracing in your box and you want to have the experience of what a powerful console feels like and know what PC people have been experiencing for the last couple of years, buy an Xbox or buy a PlayStation. Both of them will be very adequate in that regard. But if you want to have something like Game Pass, you want to be able to have a lot of the first party games available to you day and date, Xbox is going to be the platform for you, or in PC. There's a lot of different ways you can go with this, but the number one reason I tell people to buy any platform that they buy is because of the friends. Power doesn't mean anything. Games really truly don't mean as much unless you have the people to experience them with. Unless we're talking about a single player narrative story driven game that's going to give you something like Last of Us or God of War, which the things that Sony are masterful at creating. Xbox's ecosystem has always been built on multiplayer, and it's been about communicating, sharing experiences and stuff with people that you normally don't get a chance to share those experiences with. And I think that's one of the main reasons why people pick Xbox over other platforms. So if that's you, you already know what to do. I don't have to tell you what to do because you already feel it in your bones. Make the decision that's great for you. But guys, truly appreciate this. You guys have been incredible. We are literally almost 70 subs away from 1800. We're getting super close to that big milestone of 2000. I might have to give something away when we hit the 2000 subscriber mark because you guys have been incredible. I'm gonna have some more details on that in probably the next video or two, but truly want to know what you guys think about this. What are some of the top 5 reasons why you would pick the system that you think is going to be best for you going into the next generation? I definitely want to hear what you guys got to say, and check out my homeboy Slow-Mo Backslaps channel. Me and him did our live stream yesterday over there. A lot of good information. I'm gonna link that down in the description, so check him out. He's very close. He's halfway to 1,000 subs, and the man deserves it because he does great content and amazing work. So outside of that, guys, follow me on Twitter, share this video with all your friends on social media, hit the like button on your way out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.